Hey guys, welcome to Make With Me Monday. Have you missed me? Have you been waiting for this? I've missed you guys. Although, you know, I loved being able to have like a small break and work on some other side projects that we have going on. And I love Amanda's videos because she's just so fun. She's cute. But I still miss, you know, making with y'all. So, today we are going to be doing a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. So, y'all, my hair, it's like, and it's too late. I've already reached up in my bath bombs. Can you see it? I've been struggling with it all morning to keep it inside my cap. It's been resisting me. Okay. So we are going to make pretzels, and I'm going to do like a really quick batch of pretzels, and then I'm going to decorate some that I already have prepped over there, so you kind of get like the whole picture for this. And the reason I'm just doing the pretzels really quickly is I just did a YouTube video with these pretzels, so they're already up on the internet, so you don't need like another full video of them, but I just wanted to show them really quickly because I figured why not. So I have my mix, it's already ready. I already have my citric acid and everything in it. Normally if I'm doing bath bombs on a live, I have all my dry ingredients and all my wet ingredients, and then I have my citric acid separate, and then I put them together and y'all are watching. This time my citric acid is already in there just to help speed things along. And I sprayed way too much binder. This is like a quarter size of my batch, so that was like probably way too much binder. So they might get a little bit warty. We'll see what happens. But it should be, it's fine. So I sprayed my binder in there, and I use water as my binder. The good thing about my mix is like I mixed my citric acid into my bath bombs like 15 minutes ago, and then they've been sitting right there for like 15 minutes while I messed with the camera and the lights and all that stuff. So that's just a tribute to my recipe, which can hang. She can hang. All right, I don't remember how much these weighed. Let's get a weight on one. Okay, so let me move some stuff so you guys can see. Okay, so I have my mix on my scale. I was gonna say mixer, but no, it's not a mixer. And I'm just gonna tear it out, and then I'm gonna pull from that into here. Hi Jeanette, hi Nectarina, sorry, Nectarina. And I'm just gonna sprinkle my mix in there. Now, so I just did the YouTube video for this mold, so it's not like, I'm sure that people haven't seen like a lot of things on this mold, but this is a pretzel mold from Soapfistication. Ow, that was my thumb. I hit my thumb. And I know that it's like possibly intimidating because of I decided that the word for this part where there's nothing, I decided that is called a cutout. So if there's any pretzel makers who know what that's actually called, let me know, because I couldn't figure out what that was called. So I just hand pressed that. I didn't even squash it on the table. Should be fine. Oh, I've been meaning to show you guys this too. Shut up, right? Oh my god. I've been meaning to show you guys this too. It's like a little unmolding tool that I got from Inedible Soaps. And because like I've used before like soap boxes, I've used, I don't know, I've used cardboard, I've used paper, I've flipped it out on my hand. I mean, I've done like all kinds of different ways to unmold it, and that little tool is like pretty awesome, I have to say. Get multiple, if you get one, get a couple of them, because you're gonna lose them. Like I am constantly I have two of them, and I'm like constantly misplacing them, but yeah, they're pretty awesome, not gonna lie. So if you're filling this by weight though, you do have to take into account the fact that like you're squashing out a bunch of the mix from the cutouts, which is what we're gonna call it. Yeah. So this should be enough to make like 4 or 5. I may not make that many with it because, so the other thing that I have over there, so we have like different toppings for them. So you tell me, like, do you think a pretzel is a salty treat or is a pretzel a sweet treat for you? Because I do like pretzels with like salt just as is, but Amanda mentioned pretzels with cheese sauce, which like, what? Where has that been all my life? How come that was never an option for me? I didn't know pretzels with cheese sauce. What is that? Okay, so that's obviously something that I missed out on growing up. And then for me, like, really the only way I want to eat pretzels is if they're covered in like white chocolate. So I think pretzels are like both a salty and a sweet kind of item. So I'm just saying. So Nectarina says they feel like they could go either way, like with chocolate or like yogurt covered. Leanne says salty. I mean, I tend to be somebody who craves salty food anyway. Like, I'd rather have a second portion of my dinner than dessert. But I like low-key crave sweets all the time. So that's like, I guess it's like if I had the choice between like a full portion of, like a full slice of chocolate pie, like that's too much for me. But like, my husband keeps my candy stash like well stocked. Like there's always like some Hershey Kisses sitting around. And like I go through like phases where it's like, this is the only thing I will eat non-stop for like a solid 2 or 3 months. And then like after that, and like once he finally is like, okay, he's like 100% that's well stocked, then like I'll never eat it again and I switch to like a new thing. But he does a good job keeping my sugar stash stocked. So I just wanted to show you guys like how easy this mold is to work with. I know that especially with the little holes, like it may feel scary, but I think that it's not. I feel like it's just such a cute little mold. I originally looked for a pretzel mold, like there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do for 2020, and one of them was a set for the office. And in the office there is a whole thing about like pretzel day. If you watch The Office, there's like a whole episode for Pretzel Day, and it's one of my my older son's favorite episodes. And so I had looked everywhere for a pretzel mold for him, and I finally found one. But I actually sent that one to somebody else, like just gifted it to them, because I have so many molds. Like I have so many molds, so occasionally I'll just like, if I have a double or extra or whatever, I'll just kind of like send one to somebody. But anyway, I had sent that pretzel one, and then Nectarina came out with this one, so. Which works well for the Fizz and Foam Challenge Club, which is junk food. I do have to say, I've seen some nachos come up on the feed in the past couple weeks, which makes me happy. My nacho makers makes me happy. And hopefully there'll be some pretzels. Now originally, Amanda had actually first thought of doing the pretzels. I stole the idea from her. I'm sorry, Amanda. She was like, I can't think of anything salty other than pretzels. And I was like, well, now that you mention it, I do have a pretzel mold. So I was like, yoink, that's mine. So, but she was actually going to do them with Wonder Bar. So she was talking about like rolling them out and like using them as like bubble dough and forming them into pretzels. So that's also an idea that you could totally do. Just saying. since I stole that idea from Amanda. My bad. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty much done. This mold, this last one, I will clear off this table, and then I'm going to show you something that y'all have been waiting for a long time, and I'm sorry. So the mirror glaze drizzle, does anybody remember that? Mirror glaze drizzle? Or the marble drizzle? So the reason that recipe has not come out yet is that I came up with it in the winter, and I wanted to make sure before I released it that it had some like summertime testing on it to see how it would perform, how it would ship and stuff like that in the summer. So it may not be summer in the rest of the world, but in Houston, baby, we're in summer already. It's already 80 something degrees outside. I'm already wearing my shorts. Like we're already in summer. So so that recipe is something that's coming out, fingers crossed, next week. I just have to take like process photos and stuff of it. So, but it's all tested and everything. It's good. Hold on, let's put these over here on the rack. Put this down here in the tub. So, this is that glaze. And it can be used, let's just pop these out. It can actually be used to make butter balls. I don't know what to call them yet. They're like those chocolate balls. Sorry, I had to plug that in. They're like those cocoa butter bath bomb things. Like, it's not a bath bomb. Cocoa butter bombs. Hot chocolate bombs. Help me, Lord, with my words. Okay, there's hot chocolate bombs that were like all the rave this winter. So it can be used for that. It can be used to make sprinkles. And it can be used as a glaze. Oh my God, I like dropped this everywhere. So that's something that I've been working on. And the cool thing about this, I know that some people have been using Wonder Bar as sprinkles, which is fine. You can totally do Wonder Bar as sprinkles, but I don't feel like they're like as sturdy. They're not like as strong. So what I like about these is like that clicky sound. Like, that's a sprinkle, baby. So, okay. So those are there. And I spilled some pink ones in there, but that happened. And you don't have to use a warmer, a chocolate warmer. You guys suggested it in one of my videos, so I listened to you because we learn from each other. And it's actually been really helpful, especially if I need like a bigger area to dip or do things like that. So, Nectarina says, are these real sprinkles or is this colored SCI noodles? No, this is a real cosmetic sprinkle. We're still trying to think of like a name. Like, we're thinking like maybe bath sprinkles is a good name for them. They are not food. There's no sugar in them. They are not soap. Like, it's not cold processed soap. It's not SCI noodles. Nope. It's basically a variation of this kind of mirror glaze, quote unquote, drizzle. So, so that's hopefully coming out. We have the 28th is like what we wrote on the calendar, but like, is that too ambitious? Maybe, I don't know. Like, that's the aim. So it'll be in the next couple weeks though. So that's what we're hoping for. So I'm just gonna do some different variations with that today. And yeah. Okay, so if you don't want them, like, I don't particularly like brown bath bombs. Like, I know I did the brown color study, but I did that because you guys asked for a brown color study. I don't prefer for my bath bombs to be brown. So if I do a brown bath bomb, I typically will paint it. So if I were gonna paint it, I would use 91% rubbing alcohol. This is Honey Blush from Nurture Soap. This is my go-to color for like building flesh tones, for building any kind of thing that where I'm gonna need like a really light brown. You can try to use, you know, like a deeper brown for it, but a lot of times to me it's just too dark. But I love this, especially if I'm doing flesh tones, because it's really easy to go up or down the scale with it. So, you know, just a little bit of white mica and you can bring it up to more ivory tones, and then a little bit more of the mocha brown colors, and you can bring it down a little bit so you get like a lot of range with it, but it just kind of starts off with a nice middle of the road tone. So I use this a lot for painting humanity, when I'm painting the humans of any type. So but for pretzels, I think it also works really well for pretzels. You could, I mean, you could airbrush this if you wanted to. I may or may not have dropped my airbrush nozzle first into a container of embeds. So I didn't want to mess with it today, hypothetically. So I was just like, I'll just paint them real quick. But also, like, I don't want you to feel like you have to have an airbrush to be like a complete bath bomb maker. And I'm making a total mess down here, and I'm aware of that. But I don't want you to feel like you have to have an airbrush. Like, you don't. You can just still hand paint things. So there you go. It's hand painted. I can come back later if I want to and like lightly brush some darker brown around it. I left the back orange so that when it hits the water, you start to get color right away. Or I could, when it's dry, I could go back and paint the back of it as well. Nectaria says you feel like I could airbrush them. The other thing though with airbrush, so Nectaria is saying that I could airbrush it and it would be a lot faster. It could be a lot faster. The other thing though with airbrush is that the coverage is different. And so sometimes like a color, when it's airbrushed, it doesn't come out quite the same. And I experienced that with, at Halloween. At Halloween, I did like a whole set of like horror figures. So I did like a bunch of different faces, and so I needed like a bunch of different skin tones with it. And I was kind of interesting to me to see that if I hand painted it, I got kind of one tone with it, and then if I airbrushed it, I got a different color tone with it. So we'll do 3 that are painted and we'll leave 2 unpainted, just so we can see like variations on what we could do. Because like there are people who are in the UK or the EU. I don't know. Did y'all Brexit already? I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't keep up with it unless it's bath bombs. But there's people over there across the pond who like can't make their food items look like food. So I've never seen a neon orange pretzel. So I think that probably would be like a good way to kind of get around that whole looking like food thing. Okay, so we'll do 3 and 2. And then here we go with the drizzle. So we can, let's see, it just needs this last ingredient right here. I'm just gonna mix it in until it's all liquidy and going. Now, if I were to do this drizzle in a container, I would probably have to move a little bit quicker than what I'm doing right now. Not too bad, but it does require a little bit more speed. Whereas like Amanda's drizzle recipe, like I feel like you have a lot of working time with it. I don't know if you guys have tried Fun in the Tub's drizzle recipe, but you get really a lot of working time with it, which is one of the things I actually really like about it. So this one is a little bit different than that, but that's okay. And All right, so first thing we could do is like we could just literally like dip the whole baby in there, give her a little shake, you know. Oh yeah, that's a white chocolate or yogurt covered, I don't know. We could do, so you could do, this is Epsom salt, so we could do like plain Epsom salt. We could do like some chocolate colored, we could do like some brown across that. Oh, the other thing I was going to show you is this Sweet Sugar Bell squeezy bottle, which is really cool. Amanda got me onto these, and it has a piping tip and a coupler. It's a squeeze bottle. You can take the top off and clean it, and it has a piping tip and a coupler. And if you're not excited about that, it's okay, but it excites me. Like, I feel like it's very exciting. So I could, for example, I could pour some of this in there. This is probably a bad idea, actually, because I haven't tried this, but we're gonna try it right now because I'm nothing if not adventurous. Hold on, let's get some brown mica. It's in here somewhere. Where is it? Where are you? This is, I don't have a problem. This is fine. It's under control. Just nobody look. I don't know if this is going to work pouring it into here because it needs to stay warm, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it right now. We're going to see. And I'm gonna put some mocha brown in there. Like, I was really planning on just doing it with salt on that one, but I just feel like it needs that like chocolatey. This is not gonna work. This is gonna be a mess. But you know what I can do? I can pop it in the microwave real quick and move on to the next one. Shh, shh, shh. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This is happening. We're in it. We're invested. It's happening. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pump that in for like 10 seconds or something until it starts to drip down the sides and hopefully not melt the bottle. Oh, it's almost there. It's almost there. I'll give it another zap real quick. Did y'all really miss this, or you're just saying that? It's okay. Okay. Oh, it's a liquid. It worked. Y'all. Okay, here we go. We're gonna try this now. Yes. Watch this as it happens. What? Okay, I didn't put enough in there. Why didn't I put enough in there after all that work? Come on, baby. Just don't do that. Just, oh, there we go. Okay, so note to self, put more in there next time, but this will work if you put more than like a teaspoon in there. There we go. Just don't want it to like fart again and like send stuff everywhere. Okay. Close enough. You get the gist though. You could do like the cocoa butter across the thing and it would look like the fudge thing across the top. I really feel like I need to be vindicated on this. I'm sorry. Hold on. Just gonna add. Just sorry. It's happening. I'm not throwing away my shot, Mom. It's a little Hamilton for you, okay? Ooh, girl, do not put the metal tip in the microwave. No. Sorry. I just really want it to have the thing. So, okay, if I had done this like when I was doing, if I had thought through better, okay, we'll just be honest. If I had thought through better, I could have had the mirror glaze or whatever, like this dippy recipe for one part of it, and then I could have used like Amanda's drizzle for this part of it, and that probably would have been smarter because Amanda's drizzle recipe gives you plenty of working time, which I already said. So yeah, that would have been smarter. But that's okay. I'm here to make the big mistakes for you so you don't have to make them. Oh, yes, Mama. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. One pretzel down. We did it. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna close my microwave. Okay, so we did that. The other thing that you could do is you could just, if you wanted to, I mean, I have this still in here. No, just leave that alone, Robin. Just stop with that. Okay, the other thing is that, like, we could color this. What I wanted to try this, so let's try it. Okay, what I was gonna try is, like, doing a little bit of, like, sprinkling some mica in there and seeing if I could create, like, a swirl that way and dip it in there. Yeah? You're really willing to try that with me? So, like, just sprinkle some mica in there. Yeah? And then come over here and sprinkle some mica in it. And just, like, not fully mix it in. Ooh. So, you know, like the way with soap, you can do, like, a mica flood? So, see if we can do that with bath bombs. I've never tried that, so, like, let's see if that works. Okay, it does not work. But it looks slightly disgusting, actually. That's okay, though. She looks real diseased. That's okay. That's why God gave us sprinkles. Okay, so with the sprinkle recipe, what's kind of cool is, so for me, I spent yesterday making a bunch of different combinations of colors, and like this is one I'm just call my spring mix, and I do like a bunch, it's got a bunch of bright colors, you know, it's like real happy looking. And then this was a Halloween mix, obviously, that I made. So you could like take all the mixes that you want, get them ready ahead of time, and like you would have all your sprinkles for a year basically already ready. That's better. Okay, so let's do some with salt. Let's do this one with salt. Hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying this. So I want to actually color this whole batch. So I've stirred up the whole thing, like that combination of pink and orange. That looked a little poxy on that one. So we mixed them up on this one. And this time I'm going to do salt. So what I'm thinking for the salt is you could just do, like we could just drizzle some drizzle on it like this, and then just do plain salt, right? And it would look like a pretzel with salt. This is Epsom salt, so it has like a bigger crystal to it, bigger crystal size. So we could just do that, which is pretty, don't get me wrong, that's pretty. But we could also do like where the salt is colored. Ooh. So I have some of these, like these I used for the Cada crown mold when I did that to make them look like it had gemstones on it. And this is ice cream salt. So ice cream salt has really big chunky crystals. Or Epsom salt also works, and it's just gonna have like a smaller crystal to it. So I like to make a mess is one thing, like you can probably tell that. But I like to add some, yes. I like to spray it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and some polysorbates. Oh my god. Mica. So let's do pink mica. So let's do some pink mica. So I'm just gonna do a tiny little scoop because it's a tiny amount. And just do a tiny little amount of mica, kind of stir it around. I mean, I don't even necessarily need the rubbing alcohol for the Epsom salt because they're so small. So that's another way, like those are great if you want it to look like it has sugar crystals on it without using sugar crystals in your bathtub. I know some people don't care about using sugar sprinkles in their bath, and that's fine. Like if you don't care about using sugar sprinkles in your bath, like I'm not gonna judge you. Wholesale Supply Plus sells, I mean this was like a revelation for me, but Wholesale Supply Plus sells what they are calling soap sprinkles, and they sell it, it's Wilton sprinkles. So like when I realized that, I was like, so wait a second, are we supposed to use them or not? So I think it's just something that, you know, follow cosmetic licensing laws to the best of your ability, do your research, and then do what you're comfortable with. I am not here to judge any choices that somebody makes about their lifestyle or their bath bombs. Be you, boo. Do you. Okay? But if you want to avoid sugar, you can use Epsom salt, sprinkle some mica on it, and then put it in, sprinkle it on your bath bomb like so. And obviously you could combine these two. You could do sprinkles with salt. You could do drizzle with salt. You could leave them plain like this. So, oh, I needed to remind you guys that today is tomorrow. Today is the 19th. Tomorrow's the 20th. We are having a sale right now at Bath Fizz and Foam. There's a button there. I pushed it. What can I say? Like, me and Pandora, we're on the same page, okay? Anyway, Bath Fizz and Foam, we're having a sale right now. It is 25% off of the recipes, boot camps, and bundles and stuff like that. We have like a recipe bundle that's new that has been really popular. So if you're interested in that, you have until tomorrow or through tomorrow to go to bathfizzandfoam.com and find that, and then just, you know, keep posting in the Fizz and Foam Challenge Club, the official thread posts. If it's not there, then I might not be able to find it later when I'm looking for ones that I particularly like and want to say that I like. Period. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining today. We'll post some pictures of these so that you can see like the finished ones, and yeah, that's pretty much it for today. But happy making.